She twitched her nose and cast a spell on millions. But was the magic real behind the scenes? Elizabeth Montgomery became a TV icon as Samantha in Bewitched. But was it truly her choice? Let's uncover the truth behind the role that defined and possibly trapped her career. A star with bigger dreams before Bewitched. Elizabeth Montgomery was known for her dramatic talent and stage roots. She came from Hollywood royalty, the daughter of actor Robert Montgomery, and was trained in serious acting. Elizabeth dreamed of a career in challenging film roles, not sitcom stardom. She longed to be seen as a respected actress, not just a charming face. But television was changing in the 1960s, and offers for women were limited. Her striking beauty and elegance made her a perfect fit for network television. Despite her dreams, she knew TV could offer financial stability and wide exposure. When the Bewitched pilot came her way, it wasn't love at first script. Behind the scenes, there was more negotiation than enchantment. So, what made her say yes? The influence of her husband, William Asher at the time. Elizabeth Montgomery was married to TV producer William Asher. Asher was deeply involved in creating Bewitched and pushed hard for her to take the lead role. Insiders say he saw her as the perfect Samantha and not just professionally. Some reports suggest Asher subtly pressured her into the project. Their marriage blended personal and professional lines, creating tension from the beginning. Elizabeth later admitted that working with her husband was complicated. She reportedly felt that saying no could hurt both their marriage and careers. So was it enthusiasm or obligation? Whether directly forced or not, Elizabeth didn't walk into Bewitched with complete freedom. Her casting was as much about control as it was chemistry, network pressure, and the gendered trap the 1960s TV landscape was dominated by male producers and male-dictated roles for women. Montgomery, despite her power, had to play along to succeed. Samantha was the ideal housewife, beautiful, devoted, magical, but still obedient. Elizabeth played her with wit and grace, but behind the scenes she knew the role reinforced stereotypes. She often voiced frustration with the show's limitations, especially the lack of character growth. Executives discouraged her from pushing boundaries in the role. They wanted fantasy, not feminism. She was stuck between appeasing the network and maintaining her own integrity. Even with rising fame, her creative control was minimal. The magic was never hers to own. It was scripted, shaped, and sold. A role that became a caged, though bewitched. It was a ratings powerhouse. It lasted far longer than Montgomery wanted. She stayed for 8 seasons, but not because she was happy. Over time, she grew resentful of the sameness, the restrictions, and the spotlight on her appearance. She reportedly tried to quit more than once, but was convinced or coerced to continue. Some say she feared losing the financial security and audience love the show provided. Others believe her husband Asher pushed her to keep going for the sake of his career. When their marriage fell apart, so did her interest in Bewitched. She later said Samantha was someone I never really related to. The role that made her famous also stole years of the career she truly wanted. Samantha was beloved, but she wasn't Elizabeth, post-Bewitched, trying to break free after the show. Ended in 1972, Elizabeth tried to pivot to more serious, meaningful work. She took on roles that shocked fans, rape survivors, murder suspects, even controversial social figures. These weren't just acting choices, they were acts of rebellion against the Samantha image. Elizabeth wanted to be taken seriously. Again, to prove she wasn't just a housewife with powers. Her performances were sharp, raw, and critically praised. But the shadow of Bewitched never fully faded. One said that no matter what she did, people still wanted to see the nose twitch. It was both a gift and a curse, eternal recognition with a price. Still, she pushed forward, trying to reclaim the narrative of her life. And slowly, she did, on her terms. The emotional toll behind the scenes, behind the laughter and charm of the sitcom. Elizabeth's personal life unraveled. Her marriage to Asher disintegrated during Bewitched, leaving her heartbroken. She felt increasingly alienated on set, surrounded by decisions she didn't control. Friends described her as conflicted, proud of her success, but crushed by its cost. The pressure to maintain a perfect public image became exhausting. She rarely gave interviews and shielded her private life from the media. Even at the height of her fame, she was battling invisibility. The real Elizabeth was rarely seen. Being Samantha meant always smiling, always being likable. But Elizabeth was a complex, intelligent woman who wanted more. That longing created a silent emotional war beneath the magic. Was she forced or just cornered? So, was Elizabeth Montgomery forced into Bewitched? Not with handcuffs, but with manipulation, pressure, and limited choices? She was a woman in a male-driven industry, married to the show's producer, with bills to pay and fame within reach. Her yes came from calculation, not passion. The deeper truth? She was trapped in a golden cage, elegant but constricting. Fans saw sparkles and smiles, but she saw scripts that boxed her in. She didn't hate Samantha. How it defined her. It wasn't a decision made in freedom. It was survival in Hollywood. A role accepted in compromise, lived in conflict, and remembered with mixed feelings. And that, more than anything, answers the question. Elizabeth Montgomery gave us magic, but paid a personal price behind the scenes. She wasn't just Samantha, she was an artist trapped by an image. What do you think? Was she enchanted by success or entrapped by it?